let's take a look at our top selections for Hi, everybody. Dan Illman, Mike Beer. Two stakes races on tap at Aqueduct on Sunday, November the 15th. We'll kick things off with race number 2. Also a kickoff leg for the 50-cent early pick 4. Let's throw up the field for the $100,000 Key Sense Stakes. It's race number 2. Again, we're going 3/4 of a mile. 2-year-old New York bred fillies. Only a field of 5, Mike, but a pretty evenly matched group.
Yeah, I think so. Party of Pages, I sort of get why she's the morning line favorite. I'm not sure how much of an edge she has on some of these horses. But certainly I understand her being the favorite as she cuts back to sprint, which is probably ultimately what she really wants.
And as we throw up the Timeform US pace projector, you're going to see the Party at Pages is going to be close to the pace in a blue bar situation, which favors horses on or near the early lead. The good news for Party at Pages, she does not need the early lead to succeed. She draws outside of the other pace horses, and she might just work out a very good trip as she cuts back in distance after contesting a pretty quick pace at a mile.
Yeah, the cutback feels like it's going to work for her. You're right. She did show that she could rate and run 2 starts back when she won the Lady Finger. But she had also shown really good speed in her first 2 starts, Dan. So it feels like Manny Franco can do whatever he wants with her.
The number 1 Chasing Cara is still a maiden, but she's multiple stakes placed, and she seems to fit with these kind of horses. She ran at a mile in the Maid of the Mist last time out. She was part of that pace along with Party at Pages, and she actually held on better than Party at Pages. She was down inside. She never really looked like she was going to win that race. She looked beaten at the quarter pole, but she hung on pretty gamely for third.
Neither she nor Party of Pages looked like they were going to win that race at any point. Chasing Akara, it feels like she is sort of progressively getting better. She has run in 2 stakes races prior to this, and she'll run in another one. But she's still a maiden, Dan, and she's going to have to get faster to beat this field.
I don't know what to make of the 2 Rosso Veloce. I'm watching her debut over and over again, and I'm not sure whether I love it or whether I'm just not enthralled by it. I thought she ran okay. She broke out a little bit. She ended up pressing the pace. She took a good bump sideways in upper stretch, and then I thought she was very game to win. They ran her in the Seeking the Ante in her second lifetime start, and the winner of that race is a very promising horse, and she was on chase mode all the way throughout. I'm just not even going to consider her last race on turf.
Yeah, I don't care about that one either. Her race 2 back. I don't think she ran as poorly as it may look because she didn't get a figure for it. But man, that was a fast pace and a good horse that she was chasing on the early lead there. And she only got tired late there. So I don't feel like that race is as bad as it looks. And I happen to like her debut. I thought she ran well that day. I thought that pace was solid. She chased it the entire way. The runner-up, who was still a maiden at this point, but she came back a couple starts later and was second in that Lady Finger to Party at Pages that we talked about. The third finisher, No Mo Spending, won her next 2 starts, including a New York bred stakes race. So I don't know. I thought that debut was a good field. I thought this horse ran well. She got a figure for it. She has speed. I don't know. I think there's plenty of things to like about this horse.
The 3 Party at Pages is your 8-5 morning line favorite. She is also the only 2-time winner in the field. She did win the Lady Fingers at Finger Lakes going this distance. They stretched her out in the Maid of the Mist. I have to be honest with you. I know the pace was solid that day. I was just a little bit disappointed as to how early she packed it in.
Yeah, she ran very poorly last time. Ultimately, she probably doesn't want the mile. I don't even know if that's enough of an excuse, Dan, for how poorly she ran. Because she didn't even make the lead in there. She was trying to, but she couldn't get there, did not run well at all. She was a beaten horse from a long way out. Prior to that, I thought she ran well in all 3 of her starts sprinting. That doesn't make me love her in here because it feels like she could be the favorite. And I think you're at the point with her now where you have to at least consider that she may not be that good. She can certainly win this race. Turning back is good for her, but I'd tread a little lightly with her at a short price.
Todd Pletcher trained horses complete the field with the 4 Shane's Pretty Lady, the 5 Vacay, both debut winners. Now, Shane's Pretty Lady won her debut at 20-1 for trainer Gary Gullo. Let's watch that race right now. She saved ground early. She got to the outside and it looked like she was going nowhere on the turn, but she continues to kick it into gear on the far outside, and she's just going to grind this field down and win with a 59 Beyer speed figure. She'll have to improve, but she does look like the kind of filly that's progressive, and if you give her a little bit of pace, she'll come with a run.
Yeah, it feels like she should have some pace in here. We'll see how it all plays out. I thought overall this was a pretty good debut. She had a very good trip in there. I felt like they were contesting the pace in front of her pretty good, and she got clear. and did run him down pretty easily. I'm not going to be surprised at all when she takes a step forward. It can go with these horses very easily.
I know that the 5 Vacay doesn't exactly have the fig, but I wonder if this one is the more preferred of the Pletcher train runners. This is another daughter of Not This Time that seems to be able to run. And let's watch her debut over a sloppy track going 6.5 furlongs. She didn't break very well. She ended up 3 wide on the turn. She's in the familiar Rapoli silks on the outside, and she just gets up and is best here. La Urbana's got the lead on her. Vacay was able to go by her pretty well in the final 16th of a mile or so.
Yeah, it took her a while to get there, but she did get it done at the end, and she's actually clear under the wire. I thought she did a lot of good things in this race day, because not only was it a wet track, and she was giving away experience in there, but she was wide on the turn, and she just kept coming through the stretch. I thought that she ran fine in there. The figure, suggests that she's going to have to take a pretty big step forward here. And she's another one, though. I just won't be surprised if she can do it. This is not the strongest field in the world.
Let's take a look at our top picks for the Key Cent Stakes, race number 2 at Aqueduct. We're both going against the favorite in here, the 3. Mike, you like Rosa Veloci?
Yeah, listen, I feel like it's a good spot for her, Dan. I'm have no problem forgiving her last 2 races, and I feel like if Rosario sends her and she runs as well as she did first time out, this is a field she can beat.
I think the 4 Shane's Pretty Lady can drift a little bit off those 5-2 morning line odds. I think this race is going to be run in pokey fashion. I think maybe this field will be separated by 2-3 lengths turning into the stretch. It might come down to the best closer. I think that might be Shane's Pretty Lady. 2-4-5-3 for Mike, 4-1-2-5 for me. It's the Key Cents. It's race number 2 at Aqueduct on Sunday. Best of luck.